Thanks once again for dropping by the channel. If you like the content, if you're new to the channel, please hit subscribe, share the video if you enjoyed it, if you felt it was useful. Now let's get into this. So I don't want to keep doing videos on Jarrell Miller, but whenever news comes to the front, then I got to touch on it. And Jarrell Miller, he's given a statement on his recent issue with PEDs over his failed test, which has put him off the July 9th card that Top Rank was going to have. I'm going to quote Jarrell Miller here. It says, Jarrell Miller has denied taking PEDs despite once again testing positive for GW1516. He claims his team are investigating how the substance entered his system and added, I have never willingly taken a steroid for performance enhancing purposes. I find that amazing when he says I'd never ever willingly taken a steroid for performance enhancing purposes. Well, willingly, I mean, like, one of those, there's more here I want to add to, but when he was popped in the AJ fight, one of those substances, I think it might have been HGH, that he tested positive for, which we know he tested positive for, you have to physically inject it. So if you're not willingly taking it, well, why? Are you just going to inject yourself for the crack because you like needles that much? Seriously, people. I don't know. This guy. So Jarrell Miller went on to say, I'm prepared to accept my suspension and willing to do my monthly testing during my suspension. But banned for life? No. You're out of your mind. So that's what Jarrell Miller has to say. So he's denying taking that, and he's saying that he's never willingly taken a performance enhancing drug. But at the same time, he's saying I'm willing to take a suspension and then do drug testing, but don't ban me for life. I mean, this guy really is, he's a piece of you-know-what. There's no other word I can use to describe it. Like, the guy is just so full of you-know-what. It's incredible to me. I mean, one of the drugs, as I said, he tested positive for last year. Right, you need to physically inject yourself, and he's the audacity to come out and say that he's never willingly taken a performance enhancing drug. You know, there are people like Dylan White, and whatever you want to say about Dylan White's B sample, go ahead. But when he was popped for that Jack Tree, that's an over-the-counter supplement. Okay, so it wasn't like he went out there, you know, pumping himself full of whatever was in that Jack Tree. No, it's an over-the-counter supplement that you can buy in a store. You can buy in any like protein store. All right, so that's very different than actually physically self-injecting yourself. Right, with Billy Joe, you can say whatever you want to say with the nasal spray, you know, whatever. But again, was he physically injecting himself with something? No, he wasn't. So for Jarrell Miller to say he's never willingly taken a performance enhancing drug, that's bullshit. If ever I seen it, I was trying not to swear in this video, but that's BS. If I ever heard it, like, obviously, you're not just going to inject yourself with a needle for the hell of it because you think it's funny. And him saying that, you know, he's accepting, you know, whatever ban it's going to be, you know, monthly drug tested, etc., etc. I don't know. And he's saying that his team were trying to investigate how that got into his body. Well, we know how it got into his body, you know, obviously. Look at Jarrell Miller, and he's saying this, like, he's failed these drug tests. He's saying he doesn't know how it got into his body, etc., etc. Well, I liken it to this. If you're stopped drink driving and you're pulled over and a guard gives you a breathalyzer test, what are you going to do? Say to the guard, I don't know how that alcohol got in my system. You know, I'm disputing this. I don't know how it could have possibly got into my system. Where'd you even though I just left the bar, you know? So this is what we got with Jarrell Miller. He needs a serious ban. I think Lou DiBella said 3 years. Personally, I think he should be banned for life. But that ban is so out there because there's so many factors to take in. You know, he fights in America, 50 states, different committees in every state. If 49 of them won't sanction Jarrell Miller, won't give him a license, there might be one. You know, Rhode Island or somewhere like that might turn around and say, do you know what, the hell with it, we'll give him a license. You know, some of the sanctioning bodies, as I said, look at Povetkin when he tested positive twice in 2016. The WBC banned him for a year. Was it a year or 2 years? It might have been 2 years, but he was banned by the WBC indefinitely. The WBO and the WBA said, well, he didn't test positive on our watch, so we'll sanction his fights, no problem. So with boxing, the bans are a joke. I mean, like, as I said, you don't have to look at the Povetkin situation to know that that was a joke. The fact that the man got banned for, I think, a year or 2 years by the WBC in December or January of 2017, I think it was 2017. So banned for a year in January 2017, come July 2017, he's fighting for WBA and WBO sanctioned titles. What do you do? What do you say? How do you do it? How do you enforce bans like that? But, you know, I don't want to go on a rant. I don't want to keep this video going on too long. But my man, Jarrell Miller, get rid of him. Just gone out of the sport. Don't ever want to see him again. Don't ever want to hear his name mentioned again. And all this, you know, saying, I don't know how it happened. You know, I'll gladly do drug testing. Yeah, just if there's any way to get this guy out of the sport, they need to, because this guy, I mean, what can you do? What can you say? So let me know your thoughts. Let me know your thoughts. Do you believe Jarrell Miller saying that, you know, he's never voluntarily taken a PED? Let me know your thoughts down below. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like, subscribe, of course, if you are new. And as always, I will talk to you.